Hello, how are you? I am Santosh Kumar here. As you know, I conduct my daily life interviews. So today's my interesting guest, Kwan Hong from Singapore. He's an international speaker. So, sir, really lot of thanks you came on my show. First of all, thank lot of thanks. So, first of all, I ask you, how are you today?
All right. Once again, thank you very much, Santosh, for inviting me to your really wonderful show. It is my pleasure to be here today and to speak with you. Thanks for your invitation. And today has been a long day for me. I woke up in 7 a.m. in the morning, and right now it is close to 12 midnight. So you can see I was awake for a long time. But yes, being on this show made me very energetic. So thanks for having me here today on this show. I'm excited to share with you what I know.
Same here, sir. Kong Hong. It is your name perfect. So you can call me Santosh. It's your profession name. So first of all, I introduce yourself, motivational speaker, international speaker. So now I request you some adding on your introduction. So introduce yourself about my front of you.
All right, very much so. Thank you very much, Santosh. Yes, let me introduce a little bit more about myself. So I'm Kwan Hong. I come from Singapore, and Singapore is in Southeast Asia. We are a little island of about more than 5 million people, just right below Malaysia, specifically the Malaysian Peninsula. We are just in between Malaysia and Indonesia. All right, and I'm an international speaker. I have spoken to more than 400, over 1,000 people across more than 40 different countries. Therefore, I speak for a living. I speak on topics like peak performance, communication skills, how to get your job, your dream job, how to find a passion, and as well as business skills. So I speak on quite a wide variety of topics. And apart from speaking, I engage myself in a lot of management consulting projects. I'm into solving business problems. For example, how to make business profitable, how to make business launch their product successfully, and how to make business or create great business strategy to help the company grow to the next level. So basically, this is what I do on a professional level. And I think on a personal level, I enjoy reading books. I read a lot. I enjoy meeting people like yourself, Santosh. And I enjoy learning from people or from other speakers from all over the world as well. So there's so much to learn, so much to do.
Great, sir.
This
Very
sums up my
impressive. Very impressive, sir. So, sir, I request you, please share your life story when you burn, where you burn, where you start your early education, when you complete your graduation. So, I request you share your complete life journey. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Wow. So my complete life journey, I would say, okay, I was born in 1988, so that makes me 32 years old right now. And I think throughout my childhood life, I was very blessed, blessed to have really good parents who look after me very well. And I was also blessed to be among very good teachers and friends. So my childhood was quite well, quite peaceful, quite enjoyable as well. And of course, along the way, I studied hard, but I believe I was a very playful child when I was young. So in Singapore, I progressed through primary school, and then up primary school is from age 7 to age 12. And after age 12, I went to secondary school. That was age 13 to 16 years old. And I felt that during my secondary school time, I was almost like an introvert. I hardly communicate with people. I hardly talk. And I kept everything to myself. So I was a very shy and reserved person. So you would see a shy and reserved boy like me sitting at the back of the class, right? I would not even dare to raise my hands to ask a teacher a question. I was that shy and quiet and reserved, very much like an introvert. And I wish that the world will pass by without seeing me or without knowing about me. Then, of course, that quiet and reserved nature continued up to my junior college days. So in junior college, it is about the year 2007, 2005 to 2005 to 2006. All right, I was about 17 to 18 years old then. And at that point of time, I began to realize a little bit about my surroundings. I began to realize that I need to take more responsibility over my life. And I realized that I cannot be so quiet and reserved anymore. I need to go out there, exert myself, speak to people, ask questions, interact with people, learn from people as well. So that is like a kind of little mini change in me. So, however, that change wasn't very big, and it was during the army when I was serving in the military for 2 years. After that, after my junior college, I served in the military. Then I began to realize how important leadership skills are. So, leadership skills is the ability to lead, to influence people, to motivate, to inspire, to know about how to manage the environment and manage people around you, and also how to manage the challenges faced in front of you. And I felt that at that point of time, I realized that there's so much to learn about leadership, especially practical leadership in the military environment. So that was what opened my eyes to learning a lot more. And I realized I have been missing out all the time. I wasn't speaking to people, I wasn't learning fast enough, and I wasn't learning well enough. So that spurred my motivation to study very hard and improve myself through many ways. For example, through joining public speaking clubs, Toastmasters, or through reading books and so on. So it was during the time when I was in the army, only then do I begin to read books actively. So I remember that in the first year, I tried to complete at least 10 or 20 books in 1 year. I know that is not a lot, but at least that was actually a start for me. I began to learn more about the world, how the brain functions, psychology, how to motivate myself, how to improve my memory, how to communicate with people, all right? So, however, that wasn't enough. And up to university, so when I entered university, it was already in 2009, okay? And the defining change for me in that environment was to realize that the people around me, the freshmen, everybody, the seniors around me in that particular school were all very intelligent. They were very intelligent, they were very motivated, hardworking, and most all of them are like all-rounder. So just to let you know, I went into the Singapore Management University, the economics faculty, and I studied economics and finance and business in that school from 2009 all the way to 2013, 4 years in the school. And that was a very competitive and holistic environment. So no doubt it was very, very competitive. I realized so many people are so intelligent. They are all more intelligent than me, and I really need to catch up. So from that point onwards, I began to grow as much as I can. I joined Toastmasters Club. Okay, that was one of the defining moments. And up to now, I'm still part of a Toastmasters Club. I joined my school's Toastmasters Club to learn how to speak. I joined activities group and took up more leadership positions. And I tried to contribute to the community as well. And I probably did things that I have never done before, like going to overseas, going other countries like Cambodia to do a community service project to build a school. So these were some of the projects that I have done. So just fast forward everything very quickly. After my university, before going to my postgraduate studies. And from 2014 to 2016, I was studying most of the time. So I was studying things like finance, human resource, economics, and also doing my PhD research during that point of time. And at the same time, I was also juggling with my business, my training business and consulting business. So after that, after I graduated, I focused mainly on consulting and training. And that is the rough chronological order of my life. I hope that is meaningful for you.
Very impressive, sir. So, sir, as you know, Kwan Hong. So, every person, the childhood life very interesting. So, how spend your childhood?
How did I spend my childhood?
Yeah.
I would say, let me think. My childhood was very enjoyable. I enjoyed my childhood a lot, and there was a lot of opportunity to play. I had fun with my friends. And back then, when I was in primary school, when I was before the age of 12, there wasn't any handphones. So playing with friends was really fun. We would play catching, we would play soccer, and sometimes we do not have a soccer ball, so I would play soccer using a Coca-Cola can or a plastic bottle, and pretend that is a soccer ball, and everything was fun. And sometimes we would play baseball as well. But do you know how do we found the bat? We took some newspapers, rolled it up, and then used it as a baseball bat. So we had all this kind of fun here, and of course, I fought a little bit in school as well. As a small boy, I fought in class, fought in school. We were competitive boys, yeah. And I also participated in sports. Yeah, soccer
Great.
was my favorite
So,
sport, all-time favorite,
great,
as well
amazing. So,
as
Hong,
yes.
I
So
request you, can you share your best moment of your childhood?
wow, that was such a long time ago. Best moment. Okay, I think there were many great moments in my childhood, and the moment that came to my mind was my examination. I in Singapore at the age of 12, when you are at the primary six level, primary six, you have to take part in a very competitive examination called the Primary School Leaving Examination, PSLE for short. So that is a national examination that all primary school students or primary six students age 12 have to take. And we prepared very hard for that examination. And the most defining moment, or the happiest moment, was when my teacher was announcing the results to the entire class. And to get a score of more than 250 and above, it allows you to go into the top stream, called the special stream. And that was the score I got. So I was very surprised and I was very delighted. Never have I expected to score that well in my examinations. So that was one of them. Yes.
Great. So, sir, as you know, every person who set his goal. So, in your thinking, in your opinion, what is the benefit of setting the goal?
Okay. So setting goals has multiple benefits, right? And the first most important benefit is that you need to know where you want to go in life. You need to, in order to achieve anything you want, you need to know where you want to go first. All right. So if you don't mind, I pull out something for you. Okay. So there was this story, okay, in Alice in Wonderland, right? And Alice in Wonderland is a very mystical story, a very wonderful story as well. And there was this very important scene in Alice in Wonderland. So Alice was asking, right, which I have reached the fork of the road. Which way should I go? Should I go this way or should I go that way? All right, what should I do? Then the Cheshire Cat asked, which way do you want to go? And Alice said, I don't know. Then the Cheshire Cat says, it doesn't matter. So it means that if you do not know where you want to go in life, then whatever you do subsequently doesn't matter at all. Therefore, you need to know what you want to do. Therefore, you set goals to clarify our direction, clarify our goal in life. And the second thing we set goals is to bring a destiny into our control. We want to design our destiny. We want to create our reality. Okay, we do not want other people to design the destiny for us. Okay, we do not want other people to impose their goals on us so that we spend our life achieving what other people want or forgetting what we truly want. And that's the reason why we must set goals. Very important here. Bring life into your control and make this year the best year you ever had.
Wow, great, give the answer. So, sir, when you set the goal and every person set his dream. So, I ask you, what is your dream in your life?
Okay, wow, I have many dreams. Many dreams. Yes. So I have dreams in all areas. I have goals in many different areas as well. I think one of my areas of achievement is to read at least 1,000 books in my lifetime. And I'm close to achieving that target right now. And going through that whole process has brought me a lot of knowledge, a wealth of knowledge, and a wealth of imagination. That was one of the goals. The next goal is to travel to as many countries as I can. For example, right now I have set a goal to travel to 60 different countries in my lifetime, at least 60 different countries. And I hope to travel to your country as well, Pakistan, isn't it? Yes, your country. I heard the
Welcome,
valleys.
sir. Welcome, welcome, most welcome. When you come Pakistan, very most welcome.
Yes, so I want to explore the world. Yeah, so you go to your country, right?
So, sir,
Yes, bring me
what do you
around.
think when you go around any country? What is your thinking? What you achieve? What you learn when you go another country?
Okay, so when I go to other countries, I like to explore the different monuments, the historical sites, the iconic places in the country. And through these places, I got to learn about the culture, the history, and how people live over there. So there are many examples of these kind of really amazing places. One of them was California, San Francisco. So in San Francisco, there's this very iconic bridge, right? This I think it's called the Golden Gate Bridge, very iconic bridge that you see in Godzilla movies, you see in alien invasion movies, and or even mafia movies. So when I was there in San Francisco, the whole area looked exactly the same like it was in the movies, and that was very real to me. And other places include Greece. Greece, for example, we have all heard about the mythologies of the Greek gods, from Zeus to Athena and so on. So we have heard of all these wonderful stories. And it is very different to hear the stories and to be there to see all these old Zeus temples and all the fallen temples from ancient Greece. So that was really amazing. And also, very memorable places include the wonders of the world. So far, I have been to Taj Mahal in India. It was so majestic, so grand. All right. Uh, I have also been to the Colosseum in Rome, the place where gladiators fought. I've been to the Great Wall of China, built by the first emperor of China, the Qin Shi Huang. Right. It was so majestic as well. It was so long, you can't even see the end of the wall. And I have also been to Petra, the place where they shot the Indiana Jones. And seeing all these places live in front of me brings me lots of wow, astonishment, bewilderment, and fascination. So yes, that was what I feel and see when I travel.
Great. So, sir, as I being into where I asked some question of motivational speaker. If I want to be a motivational speaker, so first of all, what I do?
Wow, very good question there. I think fantastic question. So there are many things you can do to be a motivational speaker. And the most important thing is to start speaking. Find opportunities to speak as much as possible. And at the very beginning, it doesn't matter whether you are get paid or not. The most important thing is to accumulate experience on stage. So for example, what you are doing now is amazing. You set up a platform, you set up a forum to interview people, as well as to give your own speeches. I thought that was amazing. And these days, it becomes very easy to speak. You can go online through Facebook Live and deliver a motivational speech and see how people respond to your content and your delivery. So it becomes very easy to speak. Therefore, the most important thing is to get started. You need not be perfect to start, but you need to start to be perfect. Get started first, right away on your Facebook Live. Find a quick audience, log into Zoom and invite some friends and deliver a speech from there. Okay, that's the first thing. Find as much opportunities to speak as much as possible. Okay, and increase your stage time. You spend more time on stage. There's this rule called the 10,000 hours rule, right? And this 10,000 hours rule is coined to mention or to say that it takes 10,000 hours of practice, of deliberate practice in any craft to be a master of the craft. So for example, the Beatles have played music for 10,000 hours, and many geniuses like Mozart have already put in 10,000 hours worth of composing music composition and music practicing before he get to the genius level. So if you want to be a great speaker, you need to increase the stage time. Find as many hours you can to be on stage to deliver your speech, and find as many hours you can to rehearse your speech. That's number one. Okay, so find opportunities, find stage time. Second thing, go on to YouTube and watch what other speakers are doing. Go and model after them. What do they speak about? What kind of topic do they speak about? How do they deliver the message? What kind of message will intrigue the audience? How do they employ humor? There's so many things you can learn just by watching good speakers speak on stage. Therefore, watch as many as you can, and if possible, take down notes. Try to model after them. Learn from the techniques. Okay, that's the second part. Watch and learn. The third part is to get a mentor or get a coach. It is very important to get somebody who have already been there, done that. For example, if you admire a particular speaker, you think that speaker is very successful, and you want to follow in his footsteps, get him as a mentor. Respect him, get him as a mentor, get him to guide you along the way, and you will progress in a much faster pace. And of course, you can get a coach or get a teacher to guide you as well. A coach is somebody who knows about the techniques and knows about what you need and can infuse in you the correct techniques and correct direction. Okay, so get mentors, get coach. And of course, finally, number 4, find about what you are passionate to speak about. So there's a message inside you that you are passionate to speak. Go in and dig deep inside you. Find out your life story. Find out the moments that you have struggled with, the moments of epiphany, the moments that you have gained inspiration from, or some of the major lessons you have learned in life, then ask yourself, can you create a speech out of all these critical moments in your life? You see, so chances are the struggles you had in your life, other people are also facing the same struggles. The inspiration that you have in your life that benefited you, that have grown you, is a message that other people will also want to hear because they also want to grow like you. So find all these messages or moments or epiphany moments in your life and craft a speech or craft a story out of it. Okay, so dig deep and then use that for your speech content. Okay, so these are some of the things you can do to bring yourself to become a motivational speaker one day.
Thank you very much, sir. So, but sir, if some people ask this question many times, if we are doing a being a motivational speaker, what in change in our personal life?
Okay, sorry, one more time. You want to repeat
Yeah,
just now.
if we are being a motivational speaker, so what I change in my professional life?
Okay, so if I hear correctly, if you want to be a motivational speaker, what must you change in your personal life? Personal, is it?
Yeah, you are right, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So, what a wonderful question. And I think through this question, you realize that if you want to be a motivational speaker, you not only need to change things in your professional life, you also need to change things in your personal life as well. And I think that's a really correct mindset and perfect mindset to have. So, what do you need to change in your personal life? Many things. Now, as a speaker, you are also a leader. You need to preach what you say and do. And when you do something and it is successful, only then do you preach about it. And if you preach to, for example, to encourage people to have good habits, then you need to have good habits yourself. If you uh, encourage or motivate people to work hard, then you have to be a hard worker yourself. So if you encourage people to be kind to others through your motivational speeches, you yourself also have to be kind to people. So I would say things you want to change, you need to change in your life are things that allows you to walk the talk. You need to walk the talk. That means whatever you say on stage, you must also do off stage. The techniques that you teach and want your audience to do, you must also be doing it already in your life and achieving success with it. So I think the most important thing is to walk the talk. And as long as you do what you say and do what you preach and make your personal life revolve around whatever you say and do, I think that is the most important thing you have changed.
It means perfect makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. You're right, sir. So, sir, the next question: if we can burn in planet in world, we cannot realize who are you, why we are coming in the world, and what is your dream, what is your purpose, why we are coming in the world. So I asked the three questions. With some people cannot thinking, who are you and why we coming in the world, and what is your main purpose?
Okay. So what is my main purpose? Is it?
Yeah. First of
So
all, who
finding a
are
main
you?
purpose.
First of all, who are you? Why we coming in the world, and what is your main purpose?
Okay. I am an inspiration. Okay. I am a cultivator of positive changes, not just in myself, but also in others. I'm a transformer. I transform people's lives, people's values, people's systems, and I also transform myself. I transform my success level, and I can also help you to transform yours as well. That is my purpose in life. My purpose is to be here to make a difference, to make a huge difference, to transform people, make people happier, more successful, and create a vibrant and uplifting society. That's my purpose here. So what am I? I think I'm still finding out, but at least I have a certain direction and purpose.
The next question: why we coming in the world?
Why do we come in the world? Okay, why do I come in the world? Yeah, I believe I'm here for a reason, just like you are here for a reason as well. I believe we are put on earth for a reason. And I think at this moment, it doesn't matter how we are put on earth, who created earth, or who put us on earth. But what is more important is that we are here right now on earth to make a difference. And therefore, just know that we are here for a purpose and for a reason. And it is up to us to make it a good reason or bad reason. Okay, we do not know the reason we are put here, but we can create our own reason. We can create our own purpose, but make sure it is a good reason. Make sure our existence is of something good, something worth celebrating.
Great. So, sir, I ask the last question for you about your country, Singapore, and your culture, about your language, about your anything. Many people come Singapore for tourism. So, can you tell me some your culture and some your historical places when
All right.
come? Yeah.
Okay. So my country is Singapore. Singapore is a small little island in the heart of Southeast Asia. We are below the Malaysian Peninsula and we are above Indonesia. Therefore, we are kind of sandwiched between Malaysia and Indonesia. So Singapore is a very small country with a population of more than 5 million people. And out of these 5 million people, about 3/million are natural born citizens. And the rest are permanent residences from other countries and foreigners. And in Singapore, we have 4 major races. The Chinese, which is me, the Malays, okay, who learns Bahasa Melayu as a main language, the Indians, okay, who either learns Tamil or Hindi, and finally the Eurasians, which are kind of the mixed blood, mixed between Asians and Europeans, mixed heritage. Therefore, these are the 4 main cultures of our country. And in Singapore, we believe in multiracialism. We believe that all races and all religions must come together and build a harmonious society. Everybody's religion and race are important, and there shouldn't be any discrimination against any other race. And therefore, we try to learn about each other's culture, and we also visited each other's places of worship just to learn about their cultures when we were young. And in Singapore, our main hobby is food. When you come here, there's plenty of food to eat. You see, we have 4 different races, and each race brings along with it its traditional food and delicacies. So I can name some of these food for you, and you can check it out when you come here. Chicken rice, duck rice, nasi lemak, right? All these are delicious food. Chili crab, okay, and so many more. Mee goreng, mee rebus, and there's so many different kinds of food and delicacies, hundreds of them, more than 100 different kinds. So when you come to Singapore, you must eat, and eat. But thankfully, food here is not very expensive. You can get a meal for as low as about 3 to 5 Singapore dollars. And you can get a very delicious meal as well. Because in Singapore, we have a hawker culture. You know street food? In the past, we have street food. And that means hawker stores or push carts laid along the road to sell food. Right now, we congregate them into hawker centers. And hawker centers are such an important part of Singapore's culture that it was accorded UNESCO heritage. And therefore, when you come to Singapore, you need to eat. All right. And what else can you do in Singapore here? What are the main places? The main place is the Marina Bay area, where you can see the Marina Bay Sands, and you can see the Merlion over there as well. And that is a cityscape. When you type in Singapore city skyline, you will see the Marina Bay area in Google. And that is one of the places you have to be. Okay. So just a little bit about the history of Singapore. Before that, we are part of some Malaysian kingdom. And it was until 1819 when Sir Stamford Raffles came to Singapore and landed on our shores and founded our country. So Singapore has had a long history of British colonialism. We were ruled by the British for a long time up to the Japanese World War, which happened in the 1930s, 1940s. And after that, we were under Japanese occupation for about 3 years before gaining independence again. Okay, but before we gained independence, we also had a very long and tumultuous time. For example, after the Japanese occupation, we went back to British rule as a colony. And after that, we decided to gain like a semi-independence or self-governance. And we joined the Malayan Federation. And after 2 years, we broke out from them to be a truly independent country in 1965. And from that day onwards, there was no looking back. We grew our economy to become one of the highest GDP per capita in Singapore. So Singapore is a really very competitive place. We rank highly in competitiveness, and we work very hard over here because we want to do well and achieve our aspirations and dreams. So I hope to invite you to my country one day and learn more about us.
Great, sir. God give the great life. I will come Singapore with you.
Most welcome.
So
Yes, can't wait.
thank you so much, sir. You give the great time. So nice to meet you. You are doing the great job. So first of all, last time I asked the last message for our audience and our friends. What you give?
Uh, the final message is make 2021 the best year you ever had. All right, go out there, achieve your goals, step out of the comfort zone, do things you have never dared to dream of before, confront the things that you want to do. Make sure you do things that will uplift you and bring you to the next level. Right. So in 2021, my final message is let's make this year the best year you ever had. And I'm sure you know what to do.
You are the best, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are the best. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.